Hey, good morning everybody. Today's video is going to be about my 9 easiest plants I have in my garden. This is a great video for beginners or any gardener really. If you want a maintenance-free, no fuss type of garden, these plants I highly recommend. I've got some really big statement pieces that I'm going to talk about, and I've got some really small plants and flowers. I've got shrubs, I've got perennials, I've got annuals. So make sure you stick around, watch the entire video so you can be sure to get all the information on the easiest plants in my Zone 7 East Tennessee garden. I'm gonna start with my really big impact plants. Do you see these huge shrubs behind me lining the pathway to my house? So this right here, not a shrub, it's actually a perennial. It's called Baptisia. These perennials make a huge statement in early spring with beautiful spikes of purple flowers. Now you can also get them in other colors. I've seen them in yellow, which is beautiful, but I wanted purple in my garden. And I think this is probably their 3rd year. You cut them back to the ground in the fall, and then they come up fresh with these spikes and these flowers. Now they only bloom once, and so even when they don't have flowers, it's still a beautiful plant to have in the garden. Now make sure you have the space because the spread is huge, so they do get really, really large. This is the Rose of Sharon, the pink chiffon Rose of Sharon by Proven Winners. It's absolutely beautiful. It's only its 2nd year in my garden. I planted it, I forgot about it. Not really, it's too beautiful to forget about, but I've done absolutely nothing to it. It's gonna get really large, so this is a huge statement piece in the garden. It's going to get anywhere between 10 and 12 foot tall, and I think 5 or 6 foot wide. So it's gonna be really large and really beautiful, and you don't have to do anything to it. Easy, plant it, forget it, and it just performs like crazy. Definitely something that you should add, especially if you're a new gardener. Put it in your garden. Easy. The Limelight Hydrangea is absolutely gorgeous, has been so easy to take care of. Once you plant it and make sure it's well watered as it's getting established. After that, it's pretty much maintenance free until it's time to cut back the blooms. But it will give you so many blooms. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's a huge statement piece in the garden, a must-have hydrangea. Definitely the first one you want to try if you're brand new to hydrangeas. Highly recommend. This is only the 2nd year these have been in my garden. I've got a video all about it if you want to see that. But these are so easy. The blooms are huge, so impactful, so gorgeous. You must have these for your garden. So let's talk sweet alyssum. This is a super easy plant to grow. I planted all of these from seed. They do self-seed every year. I add more too, just to make sure that I do get them, but I absolutely love how they just drape over my walkway. And if you see here, I can pick the plant up and it's literally just climbing over the walkway. It looks so beautiful. It's so full of flowers. I have purple, I have white, and it's absolutely gorgeous right here along the walkway. So this is something super easy that you can just sprinkle the seeds. You can also purchase these as plants. You don't have to grow them from seed. Proven Winners has some that I've heard are wonderful, but I've never purchased any of the plants. I've just always done it from seed. And again, it's super easy. Push back the mulch or maybe sprinkle some compost and soil on top of the mulch right where you're going to sprinkle your seeds. Just make sure they stay moist while they are germinating, and then after that they should be good to go. So these come up in the spring and they fill out. They kind of die back a little bit in the summer months when it's super hot. They don't have as many flowers, but then they flush right back out and look gorgeous. Super easy, sweet alyssum. Another one that is so easy to grow is vinca. This is an annual vinca, and this right here is just one plant. So I would say it's at least 18 inches across, maybe 12 inches tall. It's beautiful here in the landscape. It's right here next to my sweet alyssum. Also have some bubblegum petunias back here and some other things. But I have to say, vinca is so much easier and carefree, maintenance-free compared to petunias. My petunias do not do that well in the ground. I have better luck with petunias in the pots. And so I would highly recommend vinca in the ground, in your garden, because it's drought tolerant, where petunias need lots and lots and lots of water and fertilizer in order to flower well. Vinca need nothing. So highly recommend vinca, and I think it looks absolutely gorgeous here with the sweet alyssum. This is all vinca that I just planted out in the past week or so. This is a new area of my flower bed that we just installed, and I wanted to have instant color. So I added all of these vinca. They're really small right now, but they're gonna fill out fast and be absolutely gorgeous. Lamb's ear is another really easy plant to put in your garden. This adds a nice sage green interest. The foliage is beautiful. This is the Helen von Stein lamb's ear. It does not flower, and I think the flowers on lamb's ear are actually really pretty. Some people don't like it, but I do personally. However, these have really huge leaves compared to most lamb's ear. So this is like the size of my hand, and I just love how fuzzy and soft these are. They are super drought tolerant, so I have lined my driveway with this lamb's ear. Just this year, I had 2 plants in my garden, and I divided them up into like 30 something plants. So now I have lamb's ear along this side of the driveway that have done super well, even with the hot heat coming off the asphalt. And then I've got it lining the driveway this way. These were tiny little divisions of the lamb's ear earlier this year whenever I planted these, and they have grown to be quite large. They're gonna get even larger. They need full sun to look like this. If they get shade, they're gonna turn yellow and be kind of droopy and just blah. And same thing with they get too much water. So just make sure that you set them and forget them and just let them be. Now this is next on my list. This is the Lemon Coral Sedum by Proven Winners. I wanted a pop of lime green over here in the garden, and these have not disappointed one bit. Plant them out, leave them and forget them. You do nothing. They are drought tolerant. They don't need hardly any water. They have grown and filled in. They're very nice and compact. They're just these really pretty mounds of chartreuse green, and I just love how this looks in the garden. Super, super easy. They are an annual, just like the vinca, and so keep that in mind. There are other varieties of sedum that are perennial, but these are annual in my area anyways. And so lemon coral sedum, plant them and forget them. Doing so well. This is the Fire Witch Dianthus with the icy blue foliage and the pink flowers that you see. It's low growing, drought tolerant, blooms in the early spring, but then will rebloom throughout the season if you keep it cut back. So it's a super easy, fuss-free plant. You don't have to do much to it unless you do want to cut it back for a rebloom, but it's a great plant to have in the garden, great color. This is the Opening Act Pinkadot Phlox by Proven Winners, and it is an absolute winner when it comes to phlox. So many phlox will get powdery mildew and just don't hold up and don't look fresh all the time. This one is amazing. It does so well. I have it planted here on the side of my driveway. I had it planted in front of my house, but I just dug those up. I've divided it out so many times. I don't think I could kill this if I wanted to. The blooms are absolutely beautiful. I don't do anything to it except cut back the flowers after they're done blooming. This specific one, I just transplanted here maybe a month ago. It's blooming like crazy. It's getting bigger. There's never been any powdery mildew on any of my opening act phlox where I've had that issue with some others. So highly recommend this for health, for bloom power, for everything. Like, so easy, and you can divide it up so many times to get more plants in your garden. Absolutely a must-have. Well, that does it for the 9 easiest plants in my garden. I hope you all learned something. I hope you all saw something new or that you are wanting to try. Leave a comment and let me know what plant you're going to put in your garden this year. I hope you guys will like and subscribe to the channel and follow along for more gardening videos and gardening adventures, and I'll see you next time. Bye.